What is up, people? Atomic Tofu here. Today doing a review of Yolopark's Transformers Bumblebee Earth Mode Optimus Prime. Got this figure or this kit from Show Z Store. So I am hoping you guys are getting ready for Show Z Store's sale, and hopefully you guys can take advantage of something, because usually I don't get to. I drove back during a storm last night. The rain was slippery, frozen on the ground, 15 degrees. I was slipping and sliding, far from my family, getting ready to go back to work again. So hopefully you guys have been tuning in with me. I haven't been able to do a lot of reviews because of travel, so hopefully you guys can enjoy this. So for this figure, I got everything assembled for the most part. Kept the arms, legs, torso separate. I actually disassembled the head because I thought that the head to me is a little dark. And I'll show you that in a second. So I'll be right back. Okay, so there was one bit on this figure that I did not complete, and that was the axe. I'm going to assume that these two rail bits, or the spruce heads, are just for the axe. I didn't complete the water slides decals. That'll be at the very end, because I'm going to give this figure a little bit of a treatment, wash, some accents before I finalize it. But I did want to show you the main parts. The manual is pretty thick. It's like a magazine. Alright. There was one bit that I didn't really understand, and that was the shoulder spacers. Let's see if I can find where that's at. So near the end, page 76, you'll find this part here that talks about the spacers. You can use the half spacers, full spacers. Evidently this means swap back and forth to your liking. I couldn't really figure out what that was for, so I left them bagged up separately. Right. And then I took apart, actually, I assembled the head, and then I took it apart so that I could do customization for the paint, and then LEDs. So here's his head that I assembled and then took apart again. Right? I'm not sure if I'll put that in this video. I'll try to, but I'm not sure, because I have to work I have to sleep in 4 hours. Okay, I will show you though the assembly parts. So this is the shoulder, or the torso. This is the torso. I'm going to show you the matrix chamber. Right, this is pretty nice, right, for what you get. I'll go back and paint everything inside. Right, so there you have that. Okay, attach one arm. Pelvis to the torso. Okay. One leg on. Okay, and then I left a 1 foot detached, just to show you what is involved, and that is to get the pistons lined up, right? So you have the one socket there, so you gotta line that up, and the pistons. Hopefully I can get this in one shot. I'm not sure. Let's see how I'll do this. Get the pistons in first. Okay. And I think I got that on. Okay. Let's go over the articulation for the legs separately. So you have the thigh, Right, we have an upper thigh rotation here. Thigh panels I might glue on later, they pop off, but I'll try to reattach this just for the articulation. Alright, so let's see here. Right, basic, and then the presses on the back of the calf, right? So you get the full articulation, and then ankle tilt. Here's forefoot. Get the Achilles pistons going. On this figure, I only used plastic weld for about 10% of the figure, very minimal. I used it for the very innermost parts of the figure. Yep, so I didn't use it for most of the outer bits at all, just the internal bits. So I will see how much of this head I can put back together before or after gluing, and I'll be right back. Before I get this head put back together completely, I just wanted to show you guys what I was working on. So I have two separate orders from two separate stores on AliExpress for these magnetic LED modules. So you can get these with the double eyes, right, or double LEDs. They blink, and then you can get the ones with the singular. And I think, you know, both work fairly well. I'm going to show you the back of his helmet. I did a little bit of a paint job. It's not overly dramatic. I thought it would have been a little bit more dramatic, but ended up not being so. But maybe once things have a wash to them, might end up better. Anyways, I think we should paint the back of the blue eye bits, except for the little dots. You know, paint everything else black so that nothing bleeds through, right? Let's go ahead and show you the singular LED module and how it would look. You can put it there with some tape, double-sided tape, or putty, right? And the double LED module set. It's not perfect, of course, because, you know, these are closer than his actual eyes, but it's not bad. So I think, you know, if we black out most of this eye piece, we won't get much bleeding, light bleeding. Okay, I'm going to get the head put back together. I'll be right back. Head back on. So, well, there you have it. Everything connected. So all my joints, my major joints, nothing sticks, because maybe I did some gluing of like those very inner bits. There's some things on this figure I didn't like. Is the way they did the. I'll pull this off for you for now. The way they did the shoulder for this, so it's just attached by this gray bit, and I'm thinking I might go back and glue it. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and do this. So it is. That's the connector, and it's attached by two little pegs, right? And I think you can see that that's getting some stress marks already. So I'm not sure if I'll go back and glue them, but if you don't, how you can avoid the shoulder always coming apart is that when you put the arm on, make sure to press from the outside the stacks, right? And it will stay. Right, anyway, let's get down to seeing some of the... Oops, that thing popped off. So that for me pops off a forearm guard for the elbow. It's not a big deal because that's pegs. And I will likely go back and add a lot of copper, gold, silver accents to this figure. I may or may not glue also back spine segments. This popped off for me a couple times. Neck articulation. Now, of course, this is without the LED again. I haven't finished that. So the figure does have, it's all friction joint, of course. Upper bicep swivel. Right. A little bit of articulation for the side panels. And let's see if you can see this. There's one imperfection, one crack on my figure, and this was actually during when this was actually finalized. But let's see if you can see this. So on the left, there you see that crack off that peg, right? It should be like this. So yeah, as you can see, that's like 0.5 millimeter. That peg. So on this side, it cracked off. You know, that's what it is. What it is. Right. Spinal. Oh, there it goes. It popped off. Hey, I'll probably glue. That's actually the lower portion. So before that, the lowest bit didn't pop off, but it popped off for me. I might glue those bits back on. Okay, butt flap articulation, back and forward. Hip skirts, side hip skirts. You'll likely want to glue these together, right? So, get that back in there. Okay, so got all of the bits together, and I wanted to show you what I think is one of the more crucial bits of this figure, and that is the hip, pelvic, thigh region. So I left this panel off, the thigh panel, right? Left it off just to give you a visual of the thigh here, right? So you got that. Well, so you'll see here he's got a what I would call I don't know, buttocks. This is like a butt, right? Or upper back of the thigh. So that also articulates. See here, you can see that. So there you go. Without bumping too many things, there you go. So it gives it more articulation, right? There you go. Okay. And of course, he's got the pelvic articulation. It goes from here. I don't know how much you guys can see that, but it goes back. So, back and forward. So I can close this up. Slides up and down, and once again, the leg, I'll leave that side skirt off for now. Articulation, so you can see there, right? 4 foot again. Okay, I'm going to get these panels back on and compare them with a definitive counterpart, MM01 Magnificent Mecha. Which one's which? I don't know. Yeah. Yolopark Magnificent Mecha. As you can see, more of a flat chest here. The angled chest there. Virtually the same height, which is, you know, awesome. Magnificent Mecha is about 5 times heavier than Yolopark. Very robust and sturdy. Yolopark kit, not bad for what it is. The guns, a little bit different, right? Let's see here. So these parts are very similar. The butt end is different. Non-articulated, I think, yep, non-LEDs, non-lit. This one does have the sliding mechanism, but we have to kind of pry open the back there, kind of dislodge the handle. I can get that out all if I can. Let's see. There we go. So you want to make sure that you pull back the grips and then press this in, and that has tabs for either side of his hands to close around the weapon. A little slot in there. Nicely slots in there pretty stiffly. Let's see, this is my first test for weight. So as you can see, even this little plastic gun that's light, the Yolopark figure, doesn't really hold it all that well. So, and I haven't done that at all yet until now. Yeah, a little weak, but you know, it's pretty awesome. Aside from being limp, right there. Okay, so yeah, I didn't do the axe, but you know, it's pretty simple for what it is. Yeah, you just do this. I'll show you the manual. You just put the 2 bits together, and the staff parts, the handles. You know, I want to paint mine, so that's why I left it on the sprues. Right. Once again, thank you very much, Shozi Store. Hopefully you guys did take advantage of the Shozi sales, or points, coupons. I bought a whole bunch of points. Let's go ahead and do a 360 for these two while I'm talking. So yeah, hopefully you guys did take advantage of the Shozi Store sale. I am hoping everyone was able to purchase this figure, Magnificent Mecha. This is an awesome figure to have. If you ever only buy one figure in your lifetime, or an iteration of Optimus Prime, perhaps even more specifically Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Magnificent Mecha is awesome. It's just a weird part with that, you know, that paint's chipping on the back. They used blue plastic and they painted it red. I guess that's what the math had them doing with the dark blood red, right? Blue base, red paint on top for that slightly magenta-esque red. Yeah, this is a good guy to use for a guide to paint the Yolopark version. Okay, thanks. Subscribe. leave a like, comment. Yolopark IIES figure next year, probably. Yeah. Hopefully you guys will tune in for that next year. 1,000 subs, dudes. Get me there. Legit subs. No shtick reviews. Okay. Alright. Later. Bye.